Well, welcome everybody to our team call tonight. Rebecca is sad that she's not here with us tonight, but I don't think she's too sad because she's skiing. So I think she'll live. But she may walk in the middle of it. She's back tonight, so she may walk in the middle. Maybe she'll say hi. So we've just got a couple of announcements. Some of the same from last week mainly, but I just wanted to make clear for you. So doTERRA's added an operations section to europeeveryday.eu, and on that section you'll be able to see what products are out of stock and when they're expected to come back into stock. So I know that On Guard, for instance, is expected to come into stock in the middle of February. You can still get some On Guard products if it's some of them are still on stock. I bought some the other day. They must have had some come in, so you must have some coming in and out a little bit. But they definitely have it finished and finalised by the middle of Feb for On Guard. And I think there's another 3 products that are out of stock. That if you have a look on doTERRA Everyday .eu, it will show you what it is and where they're coming back in. The incentive trip to Sicily, then if you are looking to try and win that, I would definitely go for it. The trips are great, and it's building your business anyway, so it's well worth it. It starts on the 1st of February and it goes for 5 months. If any of you are interested in going to Leadership in Orlando, they're the 13th, 15th of March, or California, 26th to 28th of March. You need to be silver to attend. Okay. The Leadership ones I went to last year, they were my favourite convention out of all of the conventions I've been to. I thought the Leadership ones were bang on. Really enjoyed them. And then we've got the business training before convention. This is for the EU convention, which is in the UK. Sorry, not EU. Europe convention, which is in the UK, and on the 16th of May is Elites and Above, and on the 17th of May is for anybody that would like to learn about the business. Okay, but they are both specifically about the business. And then continued education classes, calls, not my mum's calls because they're every Monday night, but continued education starts the 4th Wednesday of this month, and then they're once a month on the 2nd Wednesday of the month. Okay, that's Rebecca and Emily's continued ed classes. And Mum also wanted to give the opportunity to anybody else that has any specialist skills or that wanted to participate in a continued education class to just let her know, and she would love it. And we can put a call together and work on what aspects that you're professional in or whatever. So she just wanted me to ask you all if you'd like to take part in that. You're more than welcome to. So that's the announcements for today. We have our guest speaker on tonight, Louise Wade. Louise has been with us almost from the beginning, haven't you, Lou? And Lou reached platinum last month, so we're very excited for Louise, and she's just going to give you a few tips on how she got there and a couple of things along the way. So over to Louise.
Hello everybody. I've just been asked to share a few thoughts really about reaching platinum, and if you haven't seen The Greatest Showman at the cinema, I really recommend going to watch it. It is so inspiring, and there's a wonderful song that's sung by a bearded woman, and I can relate to that because she leads a team of misfits, as in they've all got some disfigurement or they're seen as outcasts in their society, but they all come together and they're transformed, they become a family together. And one of the songs that she sings, the phrase is, "There's a place for us, we are glorious." And I play this song all the time because I feel with doTERRA there's a place for all of us. No matter what our background is, no matter how confident we feel, no matter how good we are at sharing the oils, there's a place for all of us, and we can all learn and develop and grow together. because we're glorious. And I feel doTERRA is really a journey for bringing out the best in us in many different ways. So go and see the film, it's fantastic. I feel for every rank I've achieved, I've literally been dragged there by Becky and Nathan. So I don't feel I've quite believed in myself that I could achieve certain ranks, but Becky and Nathan have believed in me. So I'm so grateful for them. And yeah, I really wouldn't
that's not the top tip we wanted you to share, Louise.
Well, it's how I feel. But my motto for myself and my team is to shine with doTERRA, and I'm really cheesy, but I love it. So S stands for serve, H is for be happy, I is for be involved, N is to nurture others, and E is to educate. So S is to serve. So I always want to be a leader, no matter what rank I am, who is service-based. And I remember being at a show recently, actually, where I was all about getting numbers. I wanted to get more contacts on my list, more people to classes than Becky Bowles. That was my intention. And I wasn't getting anywhere. I was trying to convince people, speak over people, and they just weren't interested. And I just stopped and I said to myself, Louise, doTERRA is about love. And I remembered Emily Wright at convention, the things that she was saying about how amazing doTERRA is, how it's changing communities. So I just stopped and I took a deep breath and I just completely changed my outlook. So my new motto is to look, listen and love. So I try and look for people in need. I know it's everyone, but some people aren't ready for it. But look, be aware, be intuitive about those that need help, and then listen to what their needs are. Often I just talk over them, trying to convince people, but I've just stopped and I try to listen. And then I love them and try and do what's right for them. So I tried this at the show, and the next person I stopped, her husband was dying of cancer. And I put the oils on her, she absolutely loved them, and she bought a kit. So when my intentions are pure and they represent what doTERRA is about, miracles happen, and I see it all the time. So I always want to be service-based. So be happy, find joy in the journey. I'm rubbish at placements. I've messed it up quite a bit. Some days I'm really bold in sharing doTERRA, sometimes I'm not. That's just going to be my journey. But I've realized that the key word is not to try and control myself, but have more compassion for myself as a leader and a person sharing doTERRA, and to focus on my strengths. I love that word, compassion. Then you're not so judgmental of yourself, but you appreciate yourself, who you are. So I is for involved. When I go to trainings, these webinars, when I network, especially when I go to convention, it transforms me. I come away on fire. And if I do an event straight after convention, that's when I find my builders, because I'm so converted to doTERRA and the course. So I'd really recommend, if you're feeling a bit flat, that you're not getting anywhere, just get involved. Keep coming to the webinars, the trainings, and especially come to convention. And be involved with your team, no matter how big or small it is. N is for nurture. We always hear this phrase that the fortune is in the follow-up. So I changed it to the joy is in the follow-up. So it's not all about the money. And then I changed it again to that the joy is in the relationships. It has been such a joy getting to know so many wonderful people through my doTERRA journey. And I found that many people start as being users, but as I've kept that relationship of support going, I've had several people recently, for example, that have become builders because they want to build with me and share doTERRA. I've started as a leader lots of follow-up events, whether that's a proper workshop day where we do continuing education, or whether it's just a catch-up in my home where I invite a few people to come and play with the oils and experiment. I think we focus a lot on the intro class, but I really love the follow-up events. getting people confident in using the oils, so nurturing them in their journey. And I've learned to respect people's choices. It's about empowering them to make the choice for them that's right for them. So as a leader, I try not to be too pushy with the sales, for example, but I empower them with the knowledge and the choices that's right for them. And then finally, E is for educate. I really learned that I am responsible for my own business. I'm responsible for my own personal development, my own education, developing my skills, my own goal setting. And one thing that I've really developed and strive to do better as I've ranked, and it's really helped me to rank, is to get organized and have systems in place. I wouldn't cope with that. I get maybe 2-3 hours a day when my little 2-year-old sleeps to do doTERRA. So it's not long. So I know exactly what emails I send out to interested people or people that have signed up. I know what to post to new members. I know what email chain to set up to help support people. So I'm clear on what I want to do and how I want to support people that enroll, and that saves a lot of time. I'm clear with my contact list and how I'm monitoring people's progress. So those are just a few thoughts from me. So I always want to try and shine and be my best. And there's a place for all of us in doTERRA. And I hope I'll be remembered by my team as someone that always loved them for who they are and saw their potential and helped to support them in their doTERRA journey. So that's a little bit from me. So I curtsy.
Curtsy, Lou, that's great. Thank you so much, Louise. Yeah, you definitely do all of those things, and you're amazing. And we love having you, working with you, and as one of our dearest friends. So, thank you, Louise. Lou, just had one question for you. What follow-up events do you do?
I do a variety. I have monthly workshops in Birmingham where I have an official continuing education class. Then I have ones in my own home. So they could be like a drop-in where people come and I have all my oils out and they make roller bottles. Sometimes there's a theme linked to it. I have several older ladies that aren't confident in ordering. So they come and I do the order for them. I do lunch and learn follow-up classes. So we have a lunch together. I try and do, there's official ones or casual ones where we're learning more about the oils. So sometimes there's a theme. I have monthly themes. It's been sleep and stress this month. And then sometimes it's just like a drop-in for people. So.
Thanks, Louise. And person would like to know, what do you do?
As a person, I'm a mum.
But what did you do in the past, Louise? You've got like a great resume.
Oh, wow. I was single for a long time, so it was wonderful. So my history is in teaching. So I was a teacher, and I taught at Great Ormond Street Hospital with the palliative care children for 12 years, so mostly cancer patients. I also had a part-time massage business because, being single, you're lacking contact with the men. So I used to really enjoy massaging. And I was a reflexologist, a nutritionist, and I had 12 different therapies under my belt. And then I had an arranged marriage when I was 40, and I moved to Telford and got married and got pregnant straight away. So I've got a little 2-year-old boy.
You'll also realise that Louise has a wicked sense of humour.
And I've got 3-step teenagers who live at home. So it's been quite a lot of change as well as doing doTERRA. So anyone can do it. Well, if I can do it, anyone can do it.
Thank you, Louise.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, and congratulations on being platinum.
Thank you.
Okay, so now over to the operations and numbers side. Just share the screen. Some of you have seen some of these slides already. We did a quick overview of this, and so we covered probably 50% of it, but not in any great detail. I just wanted to make sure that we cover it with all of you. So if you've got questions, please leave them to the end or put them in the comments, unless they're pertinent exactly to that slide, and it's not going to take too long because I've got like 40 slides to move through. If you want to ask a question, you can, but just unmute yourself and ask a question that way rather than put it in the comments box, because I'm not going to be reading that until the end. But if you want to have a question answered at the end, by all means, put it in the comment box. So this is doTERRA's growth over the last 2-3 years. So in 2015, we did $16 million. It's in dollars because obviously it's an American company. And then in 2017, we did 68 million, which is great. Okay, these are the number of enrollments. So in 2017, you can see here that the number of enrollments has dramatically increased. In some places, doubled, or more than doubled. You can see where October, November, and December were crazy months. September as well was actually very, very good compared to normal. That's the number of enrollments. Orders per month were up. You can see where in October, November, December. November was an absolutely astounding month. But in terms of number of orders made, it blew us all away. And then sales. So sales actually, for the first time ever, November beat December, and October is usually a little bit better, probably between where it is now and September's. But October was a very good month because of the Serenity and Balance deal, and November was very, very good. And I'm assuming that was because of all the Christmas offers that were on. So those are the sales for the last three years. We're now in more than 30 countries out of 53 in the European Union. And you can go into those other countries. They're just global access at the moment. These are all the countries which we're in. You've got some of them that are global access, but they've still got volume coming into those countries. Okay. This is the incentive trip winners for last year. So some of you went on that, but that's just to inspire you to try and win it this year. New ranks since January 2017. Well, there was 2 Presidential Diamonds, there was 4 Blue Diamonds, there's 16 Diamonds, 29 new Platinums, 87 Golds, and 227 Silvers. This is just for Europe. And this breaks it down a little bit, the rank accomplishments in 2017. So in 2016, there was only 1 Blue Diamond, there was 11 Diamonds, and they haven't given us the numbers for the other ones, but this shows you the increase that in 2017, there was 2 Presidentials, there's another 4 Blue Diamonds, and there's 14 new Diamonds, and the increase in new ranks for Platinums, Golds, Silvers, Premiers, and Elites, they told us has more than tripled. What did I go back? Nope. Oh, I put the same slides in twice. Then we've got sales for October 2017 by country. So they didn't have the date. They took October, and they showed us the sales for that. So Romania has gone crazy. So that jumped from like 8th last year, in 2016 to 2nd in 2017. So it just can show you how much a market can grow quickly. For the UK, again, we topped it, and for a more developed country in terms of doTERRA, not that it's got tons of volume yet at all, but it's more developed than some of the other countries. for it to grow by 121% is fantastic. You know, if you've got a country, let's say Poland, and it goes from 20,000 to 40,000, then that's 100% growth. You know, that's great, but it's only an extra 20,000. Whereas the UK to grow by 120,000 when it was what it was at before is great. So that shows you where we're at compared. And if you're in any of the other countries, you know, if you're in Germany, it shows you where Germany is. Germany's a close third, and all the other countries. Sales by language. So Germany is the most popular language that doTERRA sells in Europe. That's because you've got many different countries that actually speak German in Europe. In Europe, it's only England that actually, or the UK, that is covered by the English language. Whereas, you know, you've got all these other languages, and some countries, you know, will have more than one. They'll have the same language in different countries. So that's why German is higher. We've got European customer service. So there's 75 agents now covering the whole of Europe, and in 15 different languages. This is based in the US. So Lisa is trying to have it move to Europe, but they're being resistant on that at the moment. So hopefully one day. Now, just a couple of stats: that 82 to 88% of wellness advocates never enroll anybody. Wellness advocates, remember, are people that are doing the business or wanting to do the business. Okay, so between 4.58 and 6.9 months is the average it takes for new wellness advocates to enroll someone the first time. So if we said 5.5 months is the average it takes for a new wellness advocate to enroll somebody for the first time. So these are some good statistics that you can use and write down to people, because if you can beat the averages, you're going to be better than the average. So this is a very key statistic: silvers who enroll versus silvers who do not enroll. So a silver who enrolls has 15% more organizational enrollments, and they earn 22% more commissions. And if you have a gold that enrolls, you're going to get the percentages just start going dramatically increasing. Now, the current international enrollment activity for golds and above enroll 1.7 per month. 3+ enrollments per month is 97% of all members. So if you enroll, I'll just explain that. If you enroll more than 3 people a month, you are doing more than 97% of all members of doTERRA across the globe. Okay. And what the statistics are showing, that the strong positive correlation between personal and group enrollments up to gold. And on average, every additional personal enrollment lifts group enrollments by 7. What that's saying is if you did 1 enrollment yourself, your team is going to do another 7 enrollments. That's basically what the statistics say. Okay, so for every enrollment you do, your team will do 7. So it's you know, it's kind of shown by example, etc. The average I'll come back to that slide. But the average is 1.7 per month. That is what the average people do per month. So if you want to be better than the average, then do more than 1.5 enrollments a month. So if you could do 2 enrollments a month, you're doing better than the averages. And most builders can do more than 2 a month. So it just shows you how you can start growing. Most people are not doing enrolling people. Enrollment, so this is, let me just move the screen. So this is enrollments as a percentage of active accounts. So for Europe, we have 5.6 as a percentage. So we're fifth in the world. We're just below average in terms of enrollments as a percentage of active accounts. We're about bang on average, or for unique enrollers as a percentage of active accounts. Now, some of you won't be interested in this. This is just statistics for those that are interested. Now, the average monthly enrollments per leaders, silver and above, the average is 1.5. So if you want to be a better leader than the average, do 2 enrollments a month. If you want to be a great one, do 5. Okay, like we always say, you know, do 5 enrollments a month, and you're laughing. And it clearly shows, you know, how to be successful in doTERRA is you don't have to enroll tons and tons of people, but if you enroll, you know, more than 1.5, you're on the average with all the silver leaders and above. They've got a couple of projects on the go, massive projects. One of them they call Project Goliath, and this is that they've got 180 different SKUs in 12 languages now coming out. So it will be better than we've got the label in now, because it will all be well, it's already in our language, but it won't have necessarily the German part added to it either. They're getting them registered for the food flavouring, cosmetic, and chemical labelling, whatever is necessary for that specific oil. And they've got a lot ready to go already. And they're going to be doing it in these languages, and then they'll be moving it into the other languages as they move forward. They've also got another project called Project David, where they're translating everything into all the different languages. And this is just where they're at and where they're going to be with all of the guides and stuff. So if you've got people abroad in different countries, this will be very useful as to when you're going to get certain things translated. Living Magazine, this is part of Project David as well. It's great news. This shows you what account managers we have. So if you're in the UK, which most of us are, then if you're silver and above is when you get an account manager. Okay, so our account manager is Graydon. Okay, if you're diamond and above, you have a new account manager called Ludo, and she covers all the diamonds in Europe. But if you're silver and above, then it's Graydon who covers the United Kingdom. And then you've got the other ones there. Ashley covers Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. doTERRA Russia so at the moment it's just global access, but as of the 1st of April, they've opened a new office actually right now, but they'll be launching doTERRA Russia as of the 1st of April. So that's very exciting. Such a massive market opening over there. So if you've got any Russian friends, now's the time for them. And the same thing for doTERRA Israel. They're just opening a new office in Tel Aviv, and they've got 2 different ways to order. If you want to know more about how to order with Israel, then get in touch or contact customer services, because they'll be able to help you, because doTERRA Israel is opening this year. So operations. So they gave us, this is just one of their slides. They just wanted to explain to us what happened so you can understand that in the last quarter of last year, if you see the blue line, that's where they expected, well, they forecast, ideally we would be at the blue line. What was the best, and that was their over ambitious target. They wanted to be at that blue line. And so all of their infrastructure was built to be able to take that. Whereas what we did as wellness advocates was we smashed that. So in the last quarter of last year, you can see what happened, that there were so many orders in such a short space of time that the warehouse could not cope with it. And the reason why they've run out of On-Guard is because we did not have enough On-Guard in the country or in Europe to meet the needs. And also the On-Guard issue is exacerbated because they didn't expect the orders around the world globally to be as high as they were. So they didn't have enough of some of the ingredients of On-Guard, which they're rectifying as we speak. So very, very exciting. But they're now up to date. If you haven't had your orders, or there's some orders, then you must make sure that you get in contact with customer service or email your upline and get them to just make sure that orders haven't slipped through the cracks or anything like that. So there's been one or two that might have happened with, and then we'll just chase them up, and doTERRA will either send it again or they'll look into it and figure out what's happened. The UK is, so warehousing, so their small warehouse that they have in the UK right now is closed down as we speak, and the new warehouse is at Heathrow Airport, or around Heathrow, and it's by a third party postage and packaging picking company, and they will be posting everything out, and it's a great system that they have. It's the same one as they have it's the same company as they have in the Netherlands, the same way that they're working it in the Netherlands, and it's working very well. So they've just literally set it up, and everything will be happening from January 18th, so as of 4 days ago. It means that capacity can be tripled for this year, or if we need to, they can add as many pick lines into it as we want to whenever we need to. So it's great news. We can expand as the capacity arises, so we're not going to be in the same situation we were in at the end of Christmas, beginning of January. That's the new picking lines. I think I just covered most of that. They've got regional based staff now, so they've got staff based over here. They've got some lovely new offices, which we're going to show you in a second. But we've now got a diamond services manager, which we didn't have before. We've got specific marketing people based in the UK. We've got events guys based in the UK. We've got product support from AromaTouch based in the UK, not just in America, which is where it's always been. We've got sales managers in Europe. Now Lisa Rooney is based in the UK and she covers us. We've got sales and operations, Jürgen, and we've got compliance now in the UK for the whole of Europe. And we do have still the same support from the US as we increase our European presence. And we now have a wonderful UK office, and it's very lovely. Some of the I went to see it a couple of weeks ago, just before it was finished, and I was really impressed. Lovely. And one of the IT directors was over setting up the IT infrastructure for the office, and he said that this is by far the nicest international office. And doTERRA have nice offices around the globe, but this is the nicest one. He said this is lovely. So, and we can actually, if people want to go there, there's a room to hold classes in. So if you can book it out, there's a room there to hold classes in. So it's a really, really great venue. And they will be opening a Vienna office shortly, and other offices around Europe as we grow and as it's needed. This is what the UK office looks like in Milton Keynes. So the top picture is of the reception desk. Outside, obviously, they've got a little waiting area. These are some pictures of the room, and the bottom left is actually like where people can hold classes, or training can be done, builders days, or whatever can be held in that room there. I think there's capacity for about 50 people in that room. So very cool. Just a bit of IT support. The virtual office will be in Norwegian and Romanian very soon. doTERRA will be becoming compliant with European and UK regulations by the 25th of May 2018. So there'll be some emails coming out about a few processes that might need to change a little bit. VAT, we talked about this a little bit, but VAT, they're just doing a full review and with the lawyers and with HMRC on VAT to try and get some of the oils or some of the products to be VAT exempt, or their VAT lowered to maybe 7% or 0 rated, or whatever it might be. If it's classed as in the food group, then it should be 0 rated. So hopefully some of those products will be 0 rated, is what we're hoping. Also for the UK, we love to have the VAT included in all the pricing. At the moment, it just comes on as a lump sum at the end, which is very frustrating for us because we don't get why they do that. But very soon, I think as of the 1st of March or 1st of April, the VAT will be included on the website. So, great news. And if you are VAT registered, you'll be able to generate commission statements with the VAT as well. There will also be direct deposit commission option. So for your AR balances, for your commission, you can tick a button to have it. The way that they explained it to us was it can be so that you can do it weekly, monthly, or you can have it manually, that it pays the commission into your account or into your bank account. Empowered Success Guides, they will be coming as of the 1st of April in 15 different languages. The languages are at the bottom of the screen there. And London Convention tickets. There's been 3,500 tickets sold. As of the 3rd of Jan, there is capacity for 7,000. As of last year, there was 18,000 people that attended the convention, so it's more than doubled. No, that's not more than doubled, is it? It's almost doubled last year's convention, but there'll be more people that sign up as towards in the next 3 or 4 months. So if you need tickets, then there's still plenty of tickets, but we're hoping that it's going to be 7,000 sellout, which is the biggest convention for doTERRA outside of the US ever, which is great. So that's the end of the presentation. I'll whiz through it, but do we have questions, guys? Let me just see. Renata wants to know the sales growth slide. Is this an annual growth number or monthly? Which slide was that one? So I need to share the screen again. Which slide was that, Renata? Which slide was that, Renata? Was it?
Literally the sales growth slide.
That one?
No, it said sales growth on it.
It said sales growth on it.
Yeah. Yeah, that one, but the October one.
That's monthly.
Yeah, okay. Tap. Thank you.
Next question. Army backlog. I ordered on the 15th of Jan. It was dispatched on the 18th of Jan and it arrived today. Brilliant. Great news. Any other questions, guys? Anything you want to know or clarification on? Tanya's confused about compliance. For example, if I have my own website, what can I say or post there, and what can I not have on the website? So with compliance, simply just don't use doTERRA logos unless it has Wellness Advocate in the doTERRA logo. And be careful with your claims. Just be very careful with your claims. That's it, Tanya. I wouldn't worry too much. Just don't be making, with when you're making claims, I wouldn't make any sensational claims, even though they may be true. I would just stick with simple claims like the Home Essential Kit claims on your website. So I wouldn't say like, you know, Breathe has cures people from their inhalers, for instance, but you could maybe share a story about somebody, how it helped them to not use their inhaler anymore. Just be careful with how you word it, but you can use it to get the same results. You just don't want to be sensationalist about any of your claims, and you know, that's not the doTERRA way. And also, we want it to be as true as possible. Rowena said, are we getting prices in the product guide? Customers would love this, as would I. We have asked for it, and they did say that they were going to add them, so fingers crossed. I think they're just adding them as an extra sheet, though, if that helps, Rowena. Lindsay said, so can we say that oregano can get rid of tonsillitis, for example? Well, I wouldn't word it like that. You wouldn't word it like that either, Lindsay, but I would word it that, you know, oregano can help with tonsillitis, and then share a story about how it got rid of it without saying it got rid of it. That's how I would word it. But if you're wording it on a website, it's just when it's written down as a website and everyone can come by it and see and twist your words, that's when you just want to be careful. So it's all about how you carefully do your wording so that people can't be saying you're making outrageous claims that can't be backed up apart from by your story, for instance. But there's no harm in you sharing your story and saying, this is what happened to me. You know, don't be scared to share your story. Yeah, there's no harm in sharing doTERRA blend names, Tonya. You can say it's doTERRA oils that have worked. That's absolutely fine. There's no harm in customers posting their stories on your website or on your Facebook page. They specifically told us at the leadership convention last year, don't be scared to share your story. And your customers, if they're actual customers, they're not getting paid to share this. It's a true story. So there is no harm in a true review. Yes, there are Wellness Advocate doTERRA logos, and you can find them at let me share my screen and show you where to go. If you go to doTERRA.com, and then you go to Our Advocates, and then under Our Advocates there's images. Then this is where you can get loads of high-res images from doTERRA and the logos that they allow you to use specifically. The doTERRA Wellness Advocate logos. So if you click on that, it allows you to download. Now that they've got a bit stingy with them, to be honest. There are more online, and if you can find more online of some of the old ones, which are nice as well, then they're fine as well. So these aren't the only ones you can use. They just aren't using them, or they want to stick to this, I suppose, for their marketing purposes. But there are other ones. As long as it says Wellness Advocate in it, then you'll be fine with compliance. Does that help? Let's check on. Okay, any other questions, guys? Thanks, Tonya. All right, well, if there's no more questions, we'll end for this evening. Thank you all for coming on, guys. I love sharing the numbers, and thanks for the inspirational chat, Louise. And we'll see you all next Monday. Bex will be on next Monday, and we'll speak with you then. So have a wonderful evening, and speak soon, guys. See you later.